Hey everyone, and welcome to the Week 2 highlights from UTL. This week, the course was Drop It, 22 laps on the Alex Hetu designed course coming into this race off of Week 1's Potato, Ian Hetu, with the one win and the 2-point lead over Andy Korzik, followed by Scott Dye, Hunter Howe, Dan Gibson, Alex Hetu, and Isaac Epp coming off a disastrous Week 1, hoping to turn it around in Drop It. Let's get to it. You know, coming off the start of the race, you always want to get a good start going, and perhaps this was a harbinger of things to come. Hunter Howe in there, he drops and he flips, and that's going to put him back at the start, put him back a good bit. Andy, meanwhile, in the back decides maybe I'll take this courage. This was a bad idea, and that's going to put him back into territory with Hunter near the back of the pack. In the front, Scott looking for an early lead and decides instead that he's going to hit the pole. Lets 4 cars by him. Andy trying to catch up with Zalgas. He's into the pole too. A lot of lap 1 action. Perhaps not the best action that they wanted to see, but nonetheless. Dibbs in the middle of the pack. Looking to secure a little extra time, instead grinds the rail, and that's going to put him back in a fight with Scott for the 4th position here. Pretty good battle through the poles. Scott gets a nose out in front, and then Dibbs is going to take this turn a little bit better, get out in front on the ramp, stays out in front through the turn here. Through the start-finish line onto lap 3, but loses a little ground on the drop. Scott gets the pass on him, and that's going to set up coming into lap 3 here. Dibbs doing something a little crazy to try and catch up, and can't quite make it. Meanwhile, in the front of the pack, Ian with a handy lead. One of the few mistakes he's going to make this race. He gets into the pole, gets around it fairly quickly, doesn't lose any spots there. Dibbs having a heck of a time on lap 3 here. He's going to grind here and not quite be able to save it. That's 2 restarts on this lap. That's going to put him back quite a bit. Up near the front of the pack, Isaac running very well in second, takes this corner a little slow, and Alex just blows right by him into the 2nd position, both chasing Ian at this point. Alex, however, slow on the drop. He loses the spot to Isaac once more. And then he's going to grind this outside rail, and that's going to let Scott right by him there. Drops 2 spaces at the beginning of lap 4. And then Pigo here, Ian, manages to scrape the side, lets Isaac right by, but Isaac gets a little overzealous in first place, hits the side on top, and he's going to lose all of that ground as he lets Alex and Scott by. In the back of the pack, Andy and Zalgas hoping to recover some time. Hunter with a heartbreaking drop there off the side, right in the worst place, right before he hit the checkpoint. That was Alex hitting a pole, and there's there's Hunter once more, going off the ramp a little too fast and out. He's going to get lapped right there. That's going to be pretty disheartening. Andy, looking up to make some time, manages to save that grind. Alex and Isaac still playing this cat and mouse game. Alex is going to make the pass here and stay in front as Isaac bumps aside, going into lap 8 here now. And there's 2 mistakes from Hunter and then Andy. Hunter not quite making a jump, Andy not quite making a grind. And here on lap 9, after a lot of initial heartbreak, Andy making up a lot of time, coming in, makes the pass on Dibbs. And halfway through the race, this is lap 11 here, that is Ian crossing the start-finish line. He's got a sizable lead over anybody else. Here comes Scott in the 2nd position. crossing the line now. Alex putting down a fairly solid race so far in third. Isaac in fourth, followed very shortly by, that is Hunter, actually 1 lap down. Then Andy trying to make up time, trying to salvage something from his initial mistakes. And Dibs, last car on the lead lap. And here comes Ian again, finishing up lap 12. And Isaac, who had been doing so well up to this point, running a really solid race, gets a terrible lineup for the drop. Decides to try and do it anyway. Can he salvage it? No, he can't. Has to restart, loses the spot to Andy there. Alex, also on the same lap, can't quite make that jump, and because of that, he's going to let Andy right by here 2 laps later, and racing pretty hard. And you know, I almost hate to show this, but Hunter, how lap 15, bounces again. Dibs, lap 16, a little grind, manages to save it, but gets lapped there. Andy into the pole. He's going to let Alex right by there. They're fighting now for third position. Isaac also into the pole. Let some people by. Dibs sideways in the pole area. This is all lap 16. Pole area disaster that lap. A lot of people getting piled up there. Lap 18, Andy still coming on strong, staying in front of Ian, as is Alex. Makes the pass on Alex. Stays in front going into the poles, and right there, Alex is going to nudge aside a little bit. He's going to get lapped by Ian. And then right here on lap 19, 1 lap later on the drop, a little bit slow, and I think he's trying to make up some time here. He sees Isaac nudge out in front of him, and he's going to try and get a little speed here. He gets off center, lands in the grass. That's going to lose him 2 spots, drop him pretty far back, and then lap 21 here, any hope of catching up. There he goes. There's Hunter and Alex both missing the same jump seconds after one another on lap 21. Ian way out in front, a huge lead. He's going to take this one to the finish line, no doubt about it. Another win for Ian Hetsu. 2 races, 2 wins. He is the man to beat right now. We got other people in front, finishing behind him. Scott in second, Andy in third, Isaac with a solid 4th place finish. Then Dibs, Alex, and Hunter bringing up the rear on just a terrible day for him. Nothing seemed to go his way. But, you know, next week's another race. We'll see you then.